is up there, beautiful people, and welcome to another edition of Just Trending You. So today we're speaking everything that's related to Chidimma Adetshina. If you don't know who Chidimma Adetshina is, I do suggest that you go to the previous videos on this channel and listen to the whole series of Chidimma Adetshina, and that will bring you up to speed. The reason why we're speaking about Chidimma Adetshina again is because of recent developments in the story, okay? So Ukwena Mulekwa, has recently tweeted on social media, specifically on X, that Chidimma Adetshina is back in the country and specifically in Cape Town. So this is what her tweet says. It says, "Breaking news, Chidimma Adetshina seen at Life Grande Cafe in Waterfront, Cape Town." So then she goes on to say, after she left South Africa using unscrupulous channels, Chidimma Adetshina is seen boldly walking the streets of South Africa with disregard for the laws of this country and despicable attitudes towards those she and her mother victimized in the fraud they've committed. The Home Affairs Borders Management Agency operations are questionable, especially since Cape Town is known for harboring international criminals. Home Affairs is enabling foreign nationals to disregard the rule of law. Let's see how Gayton McKenzie's lawyer worked their magic, if there was such in the first place. Okay, so right now I'm going to be reading from a couple of tweets from people obviously on the Twitter or X streets, because as you all know, they always have a lot to say regarding the situation. So I'm going to be reading the first tweet. It says, "South African laws have failed us. How can a alleged criminal, allegedly, like Chidimma enter South Africa again?" Another person said, "Chidimma is the least of our worries. Whites want apartheid back. Focus." Someone else said, "Black people are easily distracted. Why do you care about a small fish, Chidimma, when the real fight is against the neo-Nazis trying to collapse South Africa? We will never be free at this rate. LMAO." Okay. Another person says, "The police have failed us on Chidimma. Now it's up to the community." What do you mean by that, sir? Up to the community. Another person says, "If you want Chidimma out of this country, like this post." Definitely not doing that. So I wanted to highlight that obviously, the Chidimma Adetshina issue is an issue that is related to Home Affairs, and a lot of people are actually calling or signing a petition for the Minister of Home Affairs to step down. Another person says, "We, South Africa, needs to sign a petition against Minister of Home Affairs Leon Schreiber. First, Chidimma's mother left South Africa while under investigation for fraud and identity theft. Now Chidimma is back in South Africa while her ID was declared invalid. He must go. He is useless." I'm assuming that this is what this person has said. Okay, I'm going to read one more tweet. It says, "Chidimma left and entered South Africa the same way young girls are getting human trafficked in South Africa daily." Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of the passport issue, I think the last time I heard was that Nigeria had given her a diplomatic passport, and basically when you're in possession of a diplomatic passport, I do speak under correction, but generally when you're in possession of a diplomatic passport, you're able to enter and exit countries easier than you would if you were just, in possession of a normal citizen passport. I do believe that in some airports as well, in most airports, there are actually special lines for people who have diplomatic passports or diplomatic relations in that specific country. So that could explain as to how she was able to enter South Africa, again, obviously assuming that she was using a diplomatic passport, if she is using one. The last we heard, I believe, was that her South African passport and travel documents, etc., were frozen pending the investigation by the Home Affairs Department. So that would mean that she was not able to use her South African documentation to travel in and out of this country and anywhere else, because from what I know, like I said, I do speak under correction, all of that documentation has been frozen. So the only other viable explanation for this is that she is basically able to enter the country again using the diplomatic passport that was issued to her by Nigeria, allegedly. And honestly, this is just so crazy because, you know what, as South Africans, we really are easily distracted. I remember the tweet from that person, but the person was just saying that, obviously in relation to what's going on to Trump, they're trying to distract us, and I say this in air quotes, with the Chidimma issue. But in general, we're easily distracted as a South African nation, because I remember late last year, she was trending all the time, every day, all day. We were getting minute for minute updates, obviously not literally minute for minute updates, but we were getting quite frequent updates about the Chidimma Adetshina situation from the Home Affairs Department. We were getting the investigations that were being done by Leon, the Minister of Home Affairs, and then everything just stopped and went to a halt, I guess, after the Miss Universe pageant. I think it took place in Mexico, where she was placed second. So after that, people really didn't take note of what was happening in terms of the case, the Chidimma Adetshina case. But now, seeing that she's able to actually enter the country again, pending the ongoing investigations, if there are still ongoing investigations, it's just a bit suspicious. Also, the mere fact that her parents were allegedly able to exit the country while they were under investigation, and they weren't able to account for the alleged identity theft and identity fraud and all of that. And for her to have the audacity to enter the country knowing exactly how she got out and how she and her family allegedly left the country without actually accounting to what happened, what transpired in terms of her identity, I think that's a huge slap in the face, in my personal opinion. But I don't want to really dwell too much about this, because honestly, this case, especially because it hasn't been going anywhere, it's come to a standstill, it's at a halt. So it's actually just really annoying to me at this point. I don't want to ramble on too much about it, because we don't know. We haven't been given updates. We don't know what's happening currently with Chidimma. We don't know where the investigation is. We don't know where her family is. We don't even know if she actually stole someone's identity, because obviously that's what we believe, but nothing has officially been proven. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next upload. Goodbye, lovelies.